ang tanging huntahan ng Masanglamaw. Number 1 sa Mega Manila, nationwide pa. Broadcasting from TGON, TVH Group of Networks. Dito lang sa inyong iisang himpilan, Cool FM. You are listening to Cool FM. Live from Cool Studios. This is koolNews at 4.
Good afternoon, and this is koolNews at 4. I'm Cairo. The Mansion House in Baguio City, which was turned into a presidential museum, is now to the public, the palace announced on Sunday. In an interview with reporters, Malacanang's Social Secretary Pinaka Sobel said the mansion in the Pinas City is now open from Tuesday to Sunday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It is closed on Mondays. The reason for this is we have noticed that every day, 500 tourists are taking pictures outside the Mansion House and on weekends. It reaches up to 2,000, so we would like to open the doors so that people can come inside and take pictures inside, Sobel explained. The palace officials said tourists and locals are encouraged to book a tour through their website at museums.gov.ph or through the social media pages on Facebook and Instagram. We can also take walk-ins, but we can only take 40 people per tour. The tours are every 30 minutes, so if there is space, let's say only 15 people arrive, we can put 5 walk-ins. But it will be better to book a tour, Sobel said. This is all free, so no charge, she added. Earlier, First Lady Liza Arieta Marcos said she had plans to duplicate the tourist mansion in Malacanang since it turned out to be a hit. The presidential museum is currently housed at the tourist mansion. It features the presidential memorabilia and historical timelines of past presidents up to the current president. Meanwhile, Bahay Ugnayan, also inside Malacanang compound in Manila, showcases key events in the life of President Ferdinand Bobong R. Marcos Jr. The Goldberg Mansion in Malacanang, on the other hand, serves as an arts and culture events place. The number of individuals affected by tropical storm Enteng, or international name Yagi, and the southwest monsoon or Habagat has reached over 2.5 million. National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council on Sunday said 2,553,203 individuals or 740,360 families residing in 2,360 barangays nationwide were impacted by the recent weather disturbance. 80,842 people were displaced, with 33,430 fleeing to evacuation centers, while 47,412 took shelter elsewhere. Meanwhile, the death toll due to Enteng is at 20, injured at 22, and 26 still missing. Habat and Enteng also caused damage to the country's crop and fishery sectors, amounting to over 658 million pesos and affected more than 27,000 farmers and fisherfolk. According to the State Weather Bureau's report, Habagat continues to affect the western parts of the country. It is also monitoring 2 low-pressure areas outside the country's area of responsibility. Over 10,000 law graduates showed up on the first day of this year's bar examinations, the Supreme Court said on Sunday. This number is out of the 12,246 who initially registered to take the exams. In a press conference, Supreme Court Associate Justice Mario Lopez explained that from the initial number of applicants, some did not graduate while others went through unexpected situations that made them withdraw their applications. During the application period, many prospective examinees were still completing their final year of law school or refresher course. Unfortunately, some did not graduate or encountered unforeseen circumstances that led to their withdrawals, Lopez said. As a result, from the initial poll of over 12,000 applicants, there are 10,483 examinees who showed up today, he added. 5,234 of the applicants were our examinees, 4,060 are previous takers, and 1,189 are refreshers. A total of 6,108 examinees are female, while 4,375 are male examiners. 155 of them are senior citizens, and 313 have special needs. According to Lopez, there are 13 local centers nationwide, 2 in Mindanao, 3 in Visayas, 2 Luzon, and 6 in the National Capital Region. Earlier, Supreme Court said the digitalized bar examinations are scheduled for 3 days, starting on Sunday, September 8, and continuing on September 11 and 15. On the first day, the exams will cover political and public international laws, as well as commercial and taxation laws. Civil law, labor law, and social illustrations will be on September 11. Criminal law, remedial law, and legal and judicial ethics with practical exercises will be on September 15th. Lopez said the exam results will be out in early December, while the oath-taking ceremony for new lawyers is scheduled on January 24, 2025. In the 2023 bar exams, 3,812 out of 10,387 examinees passed, registering a passing rate of 33.7%. Well, let's get into some alert here. As if you saw the European job ads on Facebook, well, you might want to think twice, as it might be a scam. The Office of the Police Attaché and the Philippine Embassy in Thailand warned Filipinos to avoid becoming victims of illegal job recruitment schemes, especially those advertised on social media platforms like Facebook. Police Colonel Dominador Matalang and the Assistance to Nationals section of the Philippine Embassy assisted three Filipino nationals who were denied boarding at Suvarnabhumi International Airport in Bangkok on September 1st due to fake visas and other fraudulent work documents. The recruitment process and the backdoor routes are similar to the Myanmar scam. So here's the story. We're only gonna be quick here since we're gonna have an emergency commercial break in case my sister calls me. So anyways, how does this work? Well, Olivia, a former OFW looking for a job in Europe, met a certain Lian Linsag, the content person on Facebook page Job for You International. This page claims to help job seekers find positions as warehouse personnel, factory workers, farm workers, and construction workers across Europe. It claimed to have an office in Dubai. Linsag asked for 150,000 pesos processing fees to work in either Poland or the Czech Republic. She also promised Olivia a salary of 1,200 euros per month. Olivia paid the amount to Linsag's bank account in the Philippines. After 2 weeks, she received her work permit via email, but was required to pay an additional 7,000 pesos for a hard copy sent through DHL. Linsag claimed that the work permit was sent from Czech Republic, then to Dubai, and to the Philippines. Jake, another former OFW who sought work in the Czech Republic, paid 400,000 pesos for processing fees. Despite receiving work permits, neither Olivia nor Jake obtained visas. Linsag created a group chat on WhatsApp and scheduled online meetings via Google Meet but never appeared on the video calls. Linsag also promised to make an appointment to VFS Global for their visas but always made an excuse that there were no more appointment slots. By June, Olivia received a copy of her contract, which was not verified by the Philippine Overseas Labor Office. As a former OFW, Olivia knew the process, but Linsag insisted that it would take another 3 to 4 months for qualification that might delay their flight to Europe. Linsag even mentioned connections with the Department of Migrant Workers and reassuring them not to worry about the Bureau of Immigration. Olivia and Jake sent their passports through DHL to a certain John Lee Rosales in Malaysia to obtain a visa. Their other companions sent their passports to a certain Ara Marelo, who sent it to Rosales. Linsag reassured them that everything would be fine and by September 1st they would be in Rio. Despite these suspicious explanations, Olivia, Jake, and 4 others from their batch followed Linsag's and Rosales' instructions. Well, now this is where it gets really risky here. On August 6th, the group flew to Zamboanga and then to Tawi-Tawi. Upon reaching Tawi-Tawi, they took a short boat ride to Sitangkai Island, accompanied by a certain Mr. Black. The group stayed at Mr. Black's house. At 10 p.m. on August 7th, after receiving a go signal from someone, the group packed up and took another motorboat, eventually reaching a location called Payak in the middle of the sea. The small port in Sitangkai, which is usually used as a backdoor for trafficking. Payak is a small resting place for illegal transactions. At around 2:30 a.m., the group was split into 2 small motorboats. Jake noticed that, in addition to the 2 motorboats, there were 4 other boats and 2 rubber boats escorting them. He assumed that 2 of the boats would act as decoys at checkpoints, allowing the other boats to pass. Olivia and Jake were together in a small boat with another man operating the boat. Olivia was the only woman in the group. She claimed to have experienced sexual harassment from the boatman. Jake could not do anything, fearing for their safety. The larger boat with the 4 other companions waited for them. She asked to be transferred to that boat. They believed that their escorts were either Tasuk or Malaysians. Upon reaching Samporna, Sabah, Rosales contacted them. 2 vehicles were waiting and they were driven to Kota Kinabalu. Olivia said the driver gave her a fake Malaysian ID card and instructed her to wear a belt to pass through the checkpoints more easily. The group stayed in Kota Kinabalu for 4 days. They already had their passports with forged entry and excess stamps known as chop chop. Jake alleged that an immigration official was part of the scam because they were able to board their flight to Kuala Lumpur without an issue. They arrived in Kuala Lumpur on August 13. Rosales met them at the airport and checked them into a condo where they stayed for 2 weeks. Olivia, Jake, and another companion were the first to leave Kuala Lumpur. They took a bus to Chanlung. In Chanlung, they stayed for a week in the hotel before another contact took them to the border. Despite having contact with their families in the Philippines, the three never revealed anything about the situation. They still hoped that they could reach Europe. In the morning of August 28, a vehicle fetched them and brought them to a forest area. They were left in the Varine and told to enter a tunnel where 5 men were waiting for them. Their baggage were left in the car. They walked for almost 4 hours until another vehicle fetched them and brought them to Padang Besar, which is the border between Malaysia and Hat Yai, Thailand. From there, the three Filipinos were left in a small hotel. They illegally entered Thailand on August 30. But the ordeal was not about to end. Rosales called them to say that the man who escorted them in the border found 1 kilo of shabu and marijuana and a knife in the baggage. Rosales told them that they need to pay 10,000 ringgit to get their baggage. The three denied the allegations. They asked for photographs as proof, but Rosales could not provide any. On September 1st, the three were supposed to board Korean Air flight from Bangkok to Pyeongtaek with a short layover in Seoul at 11:30 p.m. Upon presenting the visa, the airline staff told them that there was a problem with the documents. The staff also asked them several questions, including why they did not have checked-in baggage. Fortunately, they were not brought to the immigration office for further inquiration, otherwise they might have been detained. Our tickets are legitimate because we purchased them directly. We finally realized that we were really scammed, Olivia said. Jake tried to contact Rosales, who denied that their visa and other documents were fake. Rosales even suggested that they take the Turkey to Greece road or work in Myanmar or Cambodia while waiting for their flight to the Czech Republic. Jake informed their relatives in the Philippines who sought the assistance of the Philippine Embassy in Bangkok. Their three companions still in Malaysia were also turned over to the Migrant Workers Office, Kuala Lumpur. They were repatriated to the Philippines on September 7. So this is one of the scary stuff you can encounter if you are falling to this. According to the data of OPA and the Philippine Embassy, since January 2024, there are 81 human trafficking victims from Myanmar and 190 HDVs from Laos have received assistance and been repatriated to the Philippines. Despite the challenges in curbing human trafficking, Colonel Matalang emphasized that one country team approach is essential in improving and efficiently in responding to the needs of the Filipino migrants, especially those who are in distress. Colonel Matalang praised the Korean air staff at Suvarnabhumi for their discretion during the check-in. He highlighted the need for additional training to identify possible victims of trafficking. He also recommended enhanced security measures, including passenger profiling for travelers heading to Zamboanga, Bangao, and Sitangkai in Tawi-Tawi at both airports and seaports. If you want to work abroad, check first with the DMW and follow the process, Colonel Mantalang said. So yes, that's the way you can be careful as once again if you are looking to work abroad, you have to check with the DMW first. It is now 4:17 in the afternoon, and we will be taking a short break when we return here on koolNews at 4. Welcome back to Cool News at 4. Let's continue with the headlines. And apparently, I have some emergency to do as my sister just informed me that I have to go down soon. But I will be going to be quick here as we will be wrapping up soon anyway. So, Indian rescuers pull out 8 bodies Sunday from the wreckage of the 3-story building in the city of Lucknow, report said, with the state minister calling the deaths heartbreaking. The Press Trust of India news agency broadcast images of piles of concrete and state rescue teams with heavy digging machines searching for bodies. The commercial building, which had been used by multiple small companies, including as a warehouse and as a vehicle workshop, collapsed on Saturday afternoon. PTI quoted officials as saying 8 bodies had been pulled out and 28 people were injured. It was not clear if there were others still trapped. The cause of the collapse is not known, but building and construction accidents are common during India's June to September monsoon season, with old and creaky structures buckling under days of non-stop rain. Hashak Singh, who worked in the building, said a pillar had developed a crack. He had moved to the ground floor fearful it would worsen with lashing monsoon rains bothering the city. Suddenly, the entire building collapsed on us, Singh said. PTI quoted him as saying, Yogi Adityanath, Uttar Pradesh State Chief Minister, called the deaths heartbreaking in a statement and offered his condolence to the grieving families of the dead. A family in Indonesian, give me one moment. Okay, a family on an Indonesian island poses with a relative dressed in school uniform while an elderly member of a local community stands patiently as loved ones put a sarong and a white shirt around him. But the student is not off to class and their forebearers not going out. They are both dead. Residents around Indonesia's North Toraja Regency, or Sulawesi Island, have been celebrating a weeks-long ceremony called the Menini. Hundreds of corpses, including those of babies, are brought out in North Toraja's village, some from towns locally known as Patin, as part of a ritual to honor their ancestors. All family groups gather, each come to check on parents, grandmothers, relatives who are in the Patin. Kapala Pitu villager Yuli Anam Kompong Palino, age 51, told AFP. We all work together, clean the bodies, and then change the clothes. Coffins holding the reserved bodies of loved ones are pulled from a burial grave into the mountainside. The remains are then put back in their resting place 1 or 2 days before their graves are closed again under the next ritual, Juliana's added. A few of the bodies remain relatively intact because of the mummification process, while others have deteriorated the skeletal remains. Now let's get into the entertainment news now. As nearly 2 decades ago, Paris Hilton released her debut album, 2006 eponymous Paris, at one height of her powers, an album of breezy pop music that offer a soundtrack to her cheery and discontent public-facing lifestyle, anchored by the reggae like sugar rush of Stars Are Blind. Not that she is about the music in the time since. On top of her endless parade of projects, most recently included a memoir, a documentary, a forthcoming reboot of the simple life from Peacock called Paris and Nicole the Encore, and activism centered on fixing Utah's troubled teen industry after opening up about the abuses she faced at Proro Canyon School. She's a DJ, and her long-awaited Spolmure album, Independent Icon, reflects her long-held interest in dance music and club culture. Music has always been such a huge passion for me, she told the Associated Press over Zoom. Someone needed to come and say pop music, so I'm here. But those expecting a cut and paste repeat of Paris should look elsewhere. My first album was very much on just how my life was at that point. It was my party girl era. The songs are very carefree and fun and all about going out looking hot and having a great time. she continued. This album definitely has a lot deeper meaning to it, and I just wanted the songs to really reflect on my life and my journey and be introspective. There's ADHE, a song that reframes the diagnosis as a kind of superpower, Legacy, which she describes as an ode to her husband, children, and fans all in one, an energetic electro-pop funky track that sounds like it could have been cut from Paris and contemporary set for a 2024 audience. And the lead single on Free, featuring Rina Sawayama, a disco pop celebration of autonomy. For Hilton, the sentiment takes on a few different meanings. Going through what I went through at Proville Canon School, it was just so traumatizing and so painful. And I remember the first song that I heard when I got out of there, and when I got there was Free by Ultra Nate. She sings. The song became her anthem, and when it became time to write her lead single, she wanted to pay homage to the track that resonated with her at that time. To make Indefinite Icon, Hilton teamed up with Sia, who executive produced the record. The pair connected after performing Stars Up Live with Miley Cyrus at Miley's New Year's Eve party on December 1st, 2022. Sia told Hilton she was born to be a pop star, and so they got to work, bringing in an all-star team of women to collaborate with Sawayama, Megan Trainor, Megan Thee Stallion, and Maria Becerra. It was really important to me to really do this album with all women, she says. I just wanted to have this album really be about empowering women, she adds. Just songs for my girls, my gays, and songs for people to feel alive too. I want everyone who listens to this album to feel like their own unapologetic icon. And that concludes koolNews at 4. And I don't want to apologize, I'm not in the Roblox studio because I am currently in emergency mode right now since my sister is already on the way home. But in the meantime, if you have any news suggestions or feedback that you would like to share, you can get in touch with us at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. Until then, I'm Cairo, and looks like my sister's already texted me, so I have to go now. Anyways, good afternoon. Goodbye for now.